In this video, you will learn about the exact function in Excel. You may have a data set that has two columns that have very similar data. How do you check if the columns contain duplicate data? You could visually check the data in the columns, but that wouldn't be feasible for larger data sets. This is where the exact function is very useful to have in your Excel skill set. The exact function compares two text strings, then returns true if they're exactly the same, or false if they are not. Let's dive into an example. Here we have a short list with similar strings in column A and column B. Now what if we wanted to check if the text string in column B is an exact match of the text string in column A? We can use the exact function for this. So let's go to cell C1 and start a formula with the equal sign, then enter the exact function, open parentheses. Now the exact function takes two arguments. The first argument is the first string, and the second argument is the second string that you want to compare to the first string to see if it's an exact match. So let's specify cell A1 as the first argument, comma, and then we'll specify the cell B1 as the second argument. Close the parentheses, hit enter on your keyboard, and you can see it returns false. And the reason for this is if you look closely, in cell A1, hello correctly has two L's, and then in cell B, hello only has one. So it's not an exact match, hence false. So now if we go and drag the fill handle on the lower right and copy the formula down to the other cells, let's take a look at some of these other rows. Let's look at row 2. You can see that it returns true. And that makes sense. You know, we have hello and hello spelled exactly the same. Now let's go to the next row. This time we have hello, it's spelled the same, but it's false. How come? Well, one thing to note about the exact function is it's case sensitive. So if you look closely, hello in column A is lowercase, and then if you look in column B, the first letter is uppercase. So it's not an exact match, hence it's false. Let's go to row 4, and you can see you have lowercase hello in both columns, hence true. So let's go down to a couple of more here, and you have football and what looks like football, but it comes false. But if you look closely in column B, football is actually spelled with the 1 at the end instead of an L, hence false. In row 7, you have football and football, but this also is false because in column B, football is incorrectly spelled with the space in between. So as you can see, the exact function is very useful if you want to compare text strings from one column to another in an automated fashion instead of having to do it manually by looking and comparing. In summary, the exact function compares two text strings. An exact match returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. The syntax for an exact function has two arguments. The first text string and then the second text string that you want to compare to the first string to see if it's an exact match. The exact function is case sensitive. Well, that's it for the exact function. I hope this has been useful, and hopefully you have added one more skill set to your Excel tool belt. Thank you, and see you next time.